On to part 2 of my Invincible comic cover, featuring the big man himself, Nolan Grayson, aka Omni-Man. In part 1 we tackled the head, now it's time for the body, and things are about to get seriously battle damaged. Going back to the reference image from part 1, I'm going to use it for the pose, but I'm going to push the anatomy a bit. A bigger chest, thicker neck, full superhero proportions. We're going to shade in the base of his body, but I'll stop short of the final render, since I want to really go in on the battle damage and red splatter. Starting with the neck and the upper chest, I'm using an electric eraser to roughly carve out the tears in his suit, revealing his skin tone beneath. I'm keeping it loose and random, just going with the flow. It's pretty tricky predicting how the fabric folds would fall and how a tear might naturally travel. I'll make sure to shade in some crimson red over the skin tone to suggest potential injury from the impact that caused the tear. The part that really brings depth though is the highlights. I'm using white gouache applied lightly around the contours of the tears, which really helps to make him pop and add realism. This is the first of what's likely going to be several red splatter passes. I start by masking off the areas I don't want to hit using some old scrap paper. Then, with a bit of red watercolour and an old brush, I splatter the paint across the surface. Then in a few spots, I add some heavily diluted paint so it can drip naturally down the body. Once everything is dried, I go back in with the white paint to clean up and refine the edges. It's always a bit dicey adding the red splatter at this stage of the drawing. I'm around 25 hours in now, and if I mess things up here, it's not easy to recover. I want to go properly over the top with the splatter though, but not at the expense of losing any detail I've built up so far, or getting any red on that nice clean white background. Now it's just down to the finishing touches. A little more splatter here and there, the odd occasional dab with some toilet paper, and it's done in around 30 hours give or take. I loved every second of this drawing, and I really hope you like how it turned out.